Hey guys, and welcome back. In today's lesson we're going to be using the footage that we used in the last lesson to create this nice little slideshow effect here. So you can use any footage you want. I'm just going to be using the stock video footage to create this. So as long as you've got 4 different pieces of video. So this is what we'll be creating. Alright, so very cool effect, very cool for like making video montages if you've got a whole bunch of videos you want to show or like to use as a video for a wedding or whatever the case. So let's jump straight to it. Alright guys, so you can go ahead and create a new composition. 30 seconds is long enough. I'm going to make mine 1080p and click OK. Alright, so now you're just going to go ahead and drag in your footage. If I can find my footage. Alright, so I'm just going to be using the stock video footage from the last tutorial. But you can use any footage you like as long as you've got 4 pieces of footage to use. Alright, so we can just drag it into our timeline here. Or just drag the end a bit as it starts blank for some reason, and then we can just scale it up as this video is only 720p, so we'll just scale it up to fit our comp size. Okay, so now we need 4 videos, so we're going to duplicate this 3 times and then just go ahead and, if you're using the same stock footage as me, just go and drag the timelines of them in a bit just so they aren't all playing the same thing. Alright, and then you can go ahead and just cut the beginning parts out, and then we'll come to around 12 seconds here. So, okay, and then we'll select all of them again, Control Shift D, and then delete. Alright, so now we've got 4 videos 12 seconds long each. Alright, cool. So now we're going to create our bars that we're going to use to reveal our different videos. So we'll go ahead, just make sure you've got nothing selected. So if you've got something selected, just click down here at the bottom and then go ahead and double click on your shape tool, and that should create a shape layer 1. Right, so you can drop down your rectangle 1 and then drop down your rectangle path. And then the size here will be the same size as your composition. So here where it says constrained proportions, you're going to unchain that, alright? And then you're going to take the first one and then times it by 2. And take the second value and just say 10. Alright, and then you're going to click on your rectangle path 1, Control D, and then make the first value 10, and if you're working with 1080p, then type in 1080 times 2, press enter. So now you should see something like this, like a little window, right? Okay, great. So now we're going to create some boxes that we're going to use to reveal each video. Okay, so you can go ahead and key lapse your shape layer 1 and go ahead and create a, actually you can lock your shape layer 1, so this next part will be a bit easier, and then you're going to create 4 solids. Okay, so just go ahead and say new solid, and then just make each one a different color as well. This is new solid, make this one a green. Alright, and then one more new solid, make this one a magenta, press OK. Alright, so now go ahead and drag, well, first unlock your shape layer 1, drag it to the top and then relock it. Okay, and then you're going to position your blocks in this big block here. So if you select your shape layer, you're going to see the border of it. You're going to position these so they all on each side. Alright, so like this. Take your next one, move this one up here, and then the orange, and move it up here. Alright, great. So now they should fill this big box that you've got. So you can go ahead and select all of the boxes that you've just made. Take your pick whip and drag it over your shape layer 1. Alright, so we're going to parent it to the shape layer 1. So you can go ahead and unlock it now, and we can come down, collapse your constraints. We can come down to the transform, and just to make sure everything is grouped together, just drag and move it around. If all the boxes are moving around with each other as one big grouped object, then you're on the right track. So what we can go ahead and do is we can hide our footage for now. So we not rendering any of this as we're animating it, right? And we can come to the beginning of our comp, and we can choose a nice starting position. So we'll choose right about here, and we'll keyframe the position and scale. And now you're just going to animate it however you like. So I'll have it come like that, like that, come in, and then it's gonna go down to back to maybe the green here, go in some more, and go to the orange. And what color haven't we done? We've done the blue. Okay, well, we've done them more, so we can maybe make them come back into the center here, and then maybe we can just scale it a little bit. Alright, so just make sure that you keyframe your scale before you scale it down, or it will start scaling from the beginning. Alright, so I'm keeping it at full scale until this point, and then I'm only going to be scaling it down. Alright, so now one of the things that I want to show you guys, you see here as we've told it to animate it from the left side here to the right side. At the bottom here, we're going to be losing some of our video to the black background. And that's because if you look at the animation line, it's given us a curve. Alright, so most of the time you're going to keep the curve, but sometimes you're going to need to get rid of the curve, and it's going to have to take just straight lines. So what you do to fix that is you just select your position keyframes, you right click, and then go to keyframe interpolation, and then just make the interpolation to linear, and just click OK. So now you can see that there's no more curves for our animation line. So now when it reaches this point, instead of curving, it just reaches the corner there, and then it carries on straight. So it goes on the exact animation line that we've told it to. Alright, so you can go ahead and close that down, and then what you're going to do is you're going to drag your footage under each one of the blocks that you've made. Alright, and then select all of your footage, and then if you're not seeing this mode, just you can switch your modes, but again, toggle switch modes, and then where it says track mate, you're going to select alpha matte. Alright, uh, just put your videos back. Just make sure that your videos are visible. So we put them invisible when we were animating them, so just put them visible. Now you'll see this awesome effect where it's animating the bar and revealing the videos accordingly. Alright, so I'm quickly going to also, if depending on your sound, I'm just going to take the sound off the top 3 here, so only one video is going to be playing sound. Or if you have a song you want to use, you can just mute it all and then just drag your song in. Alright, so quickly going to render it out to 12 seconds, so we'll take the end here and pop it to 12 seconds. Alright, so let's quickly render it. Alright, so I've finished rendering and I've just played around with the keyframes a bit, just so I've made the videos stay on screen before they animate. So if you guys still don't know how to do that, you basically just, if you've got the animation from this point to this point, but you want to have it stay on screen, so you'll just take the 2 points where it starts, Control C, and then go for how long you want it to stay on that point, and then Control V. So now it will stay there for that duration of time before it animates. So I've just gone ahead and done that, so it doesn't just swing from each video. It stops and then it moves to the next one, stops for a bit, moves to the next one. And now we can have a look at what it looks like. Okay, so that looks really cool. So there's one last thing that we can do, and that's we can add some slight speed ramping to the animation. Alright, so it will, this part will go faster, then as it reaches the end here it will slow down, and then as it animates it will go faster, then it will slow down. So let me show you what I mean. So just go ahead and select all the position keyframes, and then right click and add a keyframe assistant easy ease, and then go and open up your graph editor, and now you'll see like these heels, right? So now we're going to play around and make these sort of like half pipes in a way. Okay, so just play around with these until you get like a little half pipe shape. We can do the same thing with this one. Just go into where this one is. Okay, so here it's going to fly pretty fast, so the higher it is, the more pixels per second. So the higher this is, the faster it's going, and then it will slow down as it gets to the end there. Okay, and then it will speed up again and then slow down. We'll make it slow down a little bit here. Okay, so this one's going to speed up from slow, speed up pretty fast, and then slow back down again as it gets to here. So let me just show you guys what that actually looks like. Let me render out the comp one more time. So that section has speed ramping, and the end section just has the ease keys. Alright guys, so that's it for this lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed, and in the next lesson we're going to be doing something really cool. We're going to be doing this. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Cheerio.